Apples are often considered one of the healthiest fruits you can eat. They're packed with fiber, antioxidants, and essential vitamins like vitamin C, which can help support immune function and promote overall health. The high fiber content in apples, especially when you eat them with the skin on, also supports digestive health, helps maintain stable blood sugar levels, and keeps you feeling full longer. They're also a relatively low-calorie snack, making them a perfect choice for those looking to maintain or lose weight without sacrificing essential nutrients. On the other hand, caramel is undeniably delicious. Its rich, buttery flavor and smooth texture make it a popular treat in many desserts, from candies to cakes to ice creams. It's a sweet indulgence that appeals to those with a serious sweet tooth. But when you break down its nutritional profile, you quickly realize it's made primarily of sugar and butter, often with added preservatives and artificial flavorings. While caramel in moderation might be a special treat, it's not exactly the kind of food you want to regularly consume as part of a healthy diet. After all, it's mostly empty calories, packed with sugar and fat, but lacking in essential nutrients. Now, let's talk about the combination of these two ingredients, caramel apples. It's a classic treat, often associated with fairs, autumn festivals, or Halloween. At first glance, a caramel apple seems like a fun, festive snack that combines the wholesome, refreshing crunch of an apple with the indulgent sweetness of caramel. It almost feels like a fusion of something healthy and something decadent, which makes it easy to convince ourselves it's a balanced dessert. But when you dig deeper, it quickly becomes clear that what starts out as a healthy snack quickly turns into a sugar bomb on a stick. The apple itself is still nutritious, of course, but once you coat it in caramel, everything changes. A single serving of caramel can contain over 200 calories from sugar and fat alone, and the addition of caramel adds a large amount of sugar to the apple, pushing it into candy territory. The typical caramel coating is made from sugar, butter, heavy cream, and sometimes corn syrup, all ingredients that significantly increase the calorie count and add nothing in terms of nutritional value. The caramel quickly takes over the health benefits of the apple, turning a relatively healthy fruit into a sugary dessert. In fact, the caramel itself doesn't offer much besides a burst of sweetness and a load of empty calories. When you dip an apple in a caramel, you're essentially coating it in a sticky layer of sugar that quickly negates any of the positive effects the apple might have had. The high sugar content from the caramel can cause a spike in blood sugar levels, which is followed by a crash, leaving you feeling sluggish or craving more sugar shortly afterward. In contrast, if you were to eat the apple on its own, the fiber would help slow down the sugar absorption, providing more sustained energy without those nasty blood sugar spikes. But that's not the only problem. The sticky nature of caramel makes it a challenge to eat and often leads to overeating. When the caramel adheres to the apple in thick layers, it encourages people to take big bites or consume the entire thing in one sitting, making it all too easy to consume excessive calories. Even though the apple provides some fiber and vitamins, the sheer volume of sugar from the caramel often overwhelms any potential health benefits. Not only does this make the treat much less satisfying in the long run, but it also leaves you more likely to crave more sweets as your blood sugar levels drop. Additionally, caramel apples are often sold in larger portions, especially at fairs or during holiday seasons. The size of the treat, combined with the fact that the caramel is typically thickly applied, means you're getting a lot more sugar and fat than you might expect. While eating a whole apple might be a healthy snack, eating an entire caramel apple with its thick coating of sugary syrup can quickly add up to a dessert that's more in line with a candy bar than a nutritious fruit option. The health risks of consuming caramel apples regularly are more than just the immediate sugar rush. Excessive sugar intake, particularly from processed sugary foods like caramel, is linked to a number of long-term health issues. Over time, consuming too much sugar can contribute to weight gain, increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, and raise your risk for heart disease. The fat content in caramel, particularly when it's made with butter and cream, can also contribute to higher levels of saturated fat in the diet, which can increase bad cholesterol levels and lead to cardiovascular problems over time. While an occasional caramel apple isn't likely to cause any lasting damage, regularly indulging in this treat can add up to a significant amount of extra sugar, fat, and calories without much nutritional payoff. It's important to remember that balance is key, and even though apples themselves are a healthy snack, pairing them with caramel creates a sugary dessert that should be enjoyed in moderation, if at all. If you love the taste of caramel apples but want to keep things healthier, consider swapping out the heavy caramel coating for a more wholesome alternative. For instance, you could drizzle a small amount of natural peanut butter, almond butter, or dark chocolate over the apple, which would still give you a sweet and indulgent flavor without overwhelming the fruit with sugar. You could also try rolling the apple in cinnamon and a touch of honey for a naturally sweet and satisfying treat. By making these small adjustments, you can still enjoy the delicious combination of apple and sweetness without compromising your health. In conclusion, while apples are indeed a nutritious fruit, turning them into caramel apples means coating them in a sticky, sugary mess that undermines the health benefits of the apple itself. The caramel adds empty calories and sugar, spiking blood sugar levels and providing little in terms of nutritional value. What initially seems like a fun, healthy treat ends up as little more than candy on a stick. If you're looking for a healthier way to enjoy apples, consider swapping out the caramel for natural toppings and enjoy the apple's natural sweetness without all the added sugar.